that. It's an interesting character. We got to bring in the political backdrop of Tiananmen Square, even if it is briefly, you know. And I think that the character gets to start a journey at the beginning of the film and end up someplace else by the end of it.
Jake doesn't know who he can trust. He's put up in the safe house and he's being protected by these federal agents. It turns out that the federal agents are on the take, and they're being paid by Serrano, so they try and kill Jake. Jake ends up killing one of them in self-defense and ends up fleeing on foot into a strange city, at which point he's being pursued by the cops who think he's a cop killer, as well as by the bad guys who want to make sure he never does end up getting a chance to testify.
I wanted to keep a through line in the character, that he never just turned into this person who took it in a very cavalier sense, you know, like smoke a cigarette, shoot the bad guy, get the girl, go home, you know, because that's not who he was. There's nothing wrong with that other film, you know, the smoke a cigarette, shoot the guy, go home film. It's just not what this one was. His attitude towards the violence, I think it's just survival, you know. This is not, I mean, he's a trained martial artist, so am I, but I have not been in those kinds of situations that are portrayed in the film. And if I were, I imagine it would be, you know, Christ, I'd be in therapy for the next 20 years, you know. That's a part of the film they don't show.
Not only is Brandon Lee the star of the movie, he also choreographed the fight sequences.
I've been working out at the same martial arts academy since I was about 13, and so I have a lot of good friends. And I'd bring some of them over to the house. I'd have the choreography worked out on paper already, so I'd shoot it on video. Then I'd bring that in, show it to the director and the cinematographer, rehearse it with the stuntmen or the actors, as the case may be, and shoot it. When my dad died, he was 32. He'd had the opportunity to make 4 films in their entirety. It's really pretty amazing, actually, that he made only 4 films, and yet he created a genre in the West, and to this day is, you know, singularly identified with that genre. I mean, you say martial arts movies, it's Bruce Lee, you know. And I am certain that if he had had the chance to live longer, he would have indeed branched out from the type of film that he made at the beginning of his career.
Still at the beginning of his career, how does a young Mr. Lee see his new film fitting alongside the works of already established karate stars like Steven Seagal and Jean-Claude Van Damme?
It's not really my intention to fit in, frankly. You know, I'm not too worried about who the audience for the film is. I guess I'll be real worried if nobody goes and sees the film, because then they won't let me make another one. But right now, that's all I want to do, is just make another one, and then make another one, and then branch out and get on to something else.
Rapid Fire sees its UK release on the 20th of November.